This is first time. Wait, that's not what I say. Homebuying Basics.
You should leave that in there.
For the outtakes. All right. This is Homebuying Basics, where we attempt to simplify the mortgage process of buying a home. I'm Zoe Azubuike with Edge Home Finance. Got my brother Jay Azubuike with me. It's always a great time doing a video with my brother Jay.
Yes, sir.
Azubuike looking sharp today.
Yeah, I'm a little overdressed for the occasion.
You know, me, it's just, I just want this to be simple. You know, I make dreams come true. I mean, he does the same, but
yeah, I make things
looks sharp while he's
come true too.
Hey, so on this episode, we're going to talk about what Google tells us is the most frequently asked questions in combination with a lot of questions that we get from our clients, especially first-time homebuyer questions. So it's the most frequently asked first-time homebuyer questions. And the first one, Jay, I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
I'm just going to go back and forth here. Should I buy instead of rent?
The answer to that is yes, you should buy instead of rent. The reasoning, there's lots of reasons, honestly, but the main thing that comes to mind for me is just the ability to build wealth, right? Because you're paying yourself back. You know, a certain portion of that mortgage payment is going to the bank or the lender, the interest, but the principal that you're paying is going back to you. It's really going into your pocket, and you can't say that for rent. So that's the main benefit, I would say,
That's good.
To buying over renting.
I would say too, you know, when you're renting, I mean, what are you really doing? You're paying someone else's mortgage, right? Everyone's got a mortgage, and if you're renting, you're basically covering that person's mortgage. So why not cover your own?
Yeah.
You know, the numbers over time will make sense. So, but yeah, great answer.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
How much do I need for a down payment? So,
Well, Jay, for down payment requirements, it varies. Depends on the program that you're going for. Conventional first-time home buyer is a minimum down payment of 3%. FHA is a minimum down payment of 3.5%. Now that doesn't include the closing costs, but those are programs that you can qualify for if you're truly a first-time home buyer or you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years. For the conventional side, FHA, it's always 3.5% down.
yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more later about down payment assistance, which typically will cover your down payment, but there's kind of pros and cons to that.
Right.
But that's the general two popular programs that a lot of people find themselves in first time buying a home. There's also USDA, if you can be in a rural area, 0% down. And of course, if you're a veteran, first time you're using your loan as a veteran, 0% down is 100% financing. So
Yeah. I'll just add to that, you know, the answer to that question, how much do I need? It's typically less than what a lot of people think. Because a lot of people think you need 20% down. And yes, for investment property, most of the time you do, but you know, if you're going to be occupying the property yourself, it's your primary residence, most times you need a lot more than 20% down. 20% down gets you better pricing, of course.
Yeah.
But it's usually a lot less than what people think. And then I just tell people usually, you know, budget about 5 to 6% of the purchase price, because that'll cover your down payment and your closing costs, depending on if you're FHA or conventional most of the time.
Good stuff. Okay, next on the list. How does my credit score, Jay, impact my ability to buy?
Well, it's definitely a big part of the process because yes, we have lots of lenders that can go fairly low, you know, into the 5s and whatnot, but it's definitely going to affect your purchasing power because it's going to affect your interest rate. The interest rate is generally based on two factors: your credit score and your loan to value. Okay, so if you have a higher credit score, you're going to have a better interest rate than the person who has a much lower credit score. So
the loan to value is really the amount of down payment,
right,
and what the loan is left. Yeah,
those are the key factors that will affect your pricing and therefore affect your purchasing power. Because if your interest rate's high, your purchasing power will be low for the same income. So.
Thanks for watching. If you found any of the content helpful, please subscribe, hit the notifications icon so that you can be informed of the next video upload. And if you're a borrower looking for a home loan, purchase, or refinance, I'd love the opportunity to work with you. Please give me a call or start the process at applywithzoe.com.